this video on old Loctite, we just want to say that we are not sponsored by Loctite in any way. If Loctite wants to sponsor us or send us free stuff, we got no problem with that. But this is our own Loctite that we've had forever, and we know it's expired. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's basically 2 years from the date of manufacture on the Loctite stuff. This expired probably before some of you were born, so just want to state that, and then we'll get on with the video. Alright, totally unscripted. We have no idea what we're doing. We're setting up a little experiment here to test Loctite. We have been basically testing, will it last in the bottle over decades? We have Loctite 271, the high strength red stuff, 25 plus years old, not sure exactly. 242 blue, the removable kind, at least 30 years old. And then we have the green stuff, 640, at least 40 years old. We are going to set up different size bolts. We're going to torque them to spec and let them set up, cure, and then we're going to see how well this stuff works after all these years of sitting around. And in uncontrolled environment, no heat, no AC, so whatever the temperature was outside, that's what. So this stuff got below freezing, below zero in most cases, and it's been well over 100 degrees. So
same with the others.
Yeah, all three of them have been stored the same, and we're gonna see, because I'm not sure. We got the technical data sheets on this stuff, and I haven't had really read through it. The lot code explanation. Of course, this is all for new stuff, so who knows what anything may have changed between now and 1970 from this stuff on here.
Of course, the manufacturer says there is a date when you should not use it anymore. We're going to see how close this comes to that.
Let's see. I don't even know if there's a readable lot code on here anymore after all these years.
Yeah, down here.
Down where?
Down here. Right there.
Oh wait, well, no. See, there's a stamp. Let's see.
It's so old it doesn't show.
Yeah, I think they may have changed their. Well, it's okay. That was, so this could have been 96. This possibly 94, possibly 84. This was probably 84, so this might be 84, 94, 96, something like that. Don't know for sure.
Oh.
So we are going to, let's see, we have our setup here. We've got 5/8. We're going to use the red on, and then we're going to have two 1/2 inch, half 13 bolts, red, and then the green 3/8, same thing, red and green. And then we've got the 5/16. We're going to use red and blue, and then 1/4 20, red and blue. We're going to torque them to the specs that we've got here. It gives These are Grawl grade 5. Gives the torque specs for dry and for lubricated. We are going to go with the lubricated because we are putting, it does act as a little bit of a lubrication. So we're going to go for those torque specs. And so we're going to start doing that. We're going to just gotta use my freaking bolt. I'll set it over here. This is the 5/8 bolt. This is all new hardware. I did clean it with brake clean just to make sure there's nothing on here, but this is too long, so we're going to take a nut, run it down on there. We're going to run it through, put a little Loctite on there, and then torque the nuts. We're going to do that for each one. May have to require moving this a little bit so we can access everything. We're going to get them torqued, and then we're going to look up and let's see, does it give a yeah, like on the 271 cure time, approximately 24 hours, depends on the temperature and the type of metal being bonded. The 242, again, same thing, 24 hours. And the 640, this has a completely, when I first went to the Henkel website, looking up for a TDS technical data sheet for the 640, it said it's not available in your language. So bouncing around a little bit on their site, I came up with this, which you can see is a little bit different than the TDSs I got for the other two. And again, I just printed these up. I haven't pre-read these because we don't like to prepare here in our garage. We just wing everything and pray for the best. It's let's see. 640 is designed for the bonding of cylindrical fitting parts. Product cures when confined in the absence of air between close-fitting metal surfaces and prevents loosening and leakage from shock and vibration. Typical applications include retaining keys and splines, eliminating backlash in worn assemblies, retaining bearings in place, preventing spin out, retaining rotor to shafts in fractional and subfractional horsepower motors, retaining bushings and sleeves and housing and on shafts, augmenting press fits, restoring the fit to worn assemblies or out of tolerance parts. We're just going to use a nut and a bolt. Let's see. Does it typical curing performance? Rate of cure will depend on the substrate used. Cure speed, rate of cure will depend on the bond line gap. And the specs they show are cured for 24 hours, so we're just going to let everything sit for 24 hours. Yeah, about 24 hours. And then we're going to come out and see how everything did. On the 640, it does give a breakaway torque of 175 to 350 inch-pounds. So we'll have to figure that out. But anyways,
yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, inch-pounds isn't very much, and if we're going to be torquing those on the half 13, which is lubricated. We're going to be torquing it to 55 foot-pounds. So just the torque, you know, but basically it's designed to keep the vibration from causing it to loosen. But anyway, we'll get into that and after everything's set and we decide exactly how we're going to do this. But so now, without further ado, we will start putting things together here. And when editing, if I can figure it out, I'll speed this up so you're not sitting here for half an hour just watching this torque bolt. Oh, didn't even realize the freaking. Well, there's one for the blooper reel. Didn't even look to see if the freaking tip was on there. Good grief. That's freaking hysterical. I'm gonna make sure we get all this cleaned up. Oh, good God. This is why we do things out in the shop, not in the kitchen. Alright, now that we have the all-important tip on the bottle, we'll try this again. Not using any washers. Just going to put a little bit on there and run the nut down. And the 5/8 will get torqued to, drum roll please, 110 foot-pounds. And I still got loctite on here. My lovely assistant getting the torque wrench ready for me.
And what?
110. Did we go too far?
Not yet. Yeah. That was right on the spot.
Okay, we got the Craftsman one out. This one can be dangerous to use. Up in here is all wonky. The torque part of it seems to work okay. You just gotta hope it doesn't slip on you and knock you on your ass. It was used twice. The third time we went to use it was about 2 years later, and that's when we noticed the problem. They only have like a 90-day warranty on these things. So we're just kind of stuck with it. I was thinking about welding the gears up inside that. As you can see, we're just freewheeling here. Try that now. And then we're definitely going the wrong way. Now maybe we're set. Okay, try this again. There it went. There. 110 foot-pounds. So, if you're thinking about a torque wrench, I really don't recommend the Craftsman one, at least this style. So put this back. You release that one?
Yeah, kinda. Kinda. A turn or two.
Alright, so now we'll reset this again because it's about to move. Stand in front of the camera. Alright, next we have two 1/2-inch bolts. And these will just run straight up, and we will, let's, I got a, we'll mark this with an R for red Loctite, and then we'll do the 1/2-13, one with red, one with green, 3/8, same thing, red, green. The 5/16 will be red and blue, and the 1/4-20 will be red and blue. So we'll do so the 1/2-13 torque, 55 foot-pounds. On there. Get that one started. One. Green. And get that out so we can get a wrench on there. Green on there. Alright. We are at 55 foot-pounds. Put shit all around. I'm sure that's right. That's too big. 11/16. No, 3/4. Hey, you got 15/16 here, I think. Oh, you got 7/8. Where you going? Hey, much bigger than. No, you got the right size wrench here.
Do?
3/4. One. Okay, where's the 1/2-13 bolt? Red and green. And this again. Drop it and do 3/8. That should be 9/16. That's wrong. No. Again, 3/8. We'll use red. And I just made a huge mess with it, so we'll try that again. And we can't get it onto the freaking thread. They can get it all over the freaking fixture here. So we'll do it this way. Alright, we got the red on there. And then we'll do some green. Same way here, put it on and then put it into our holding fixture. Leave the green on there. Probably should have gotten it up a little bit higher to take into account the thickness of the metal. There. And these 3/8 will be 23 foot-pounds.
was that again? 23?
Yep. And then we've got the 5/16 red and blue. No, not, yeah, red and blue. I think I'm done with the red. And I'm not. Son of a bitch, I did it again. Oh man.
Good thing it's not the new bottle.
Alright, so a little bit on the threads there. On the right side nut. Through. Pull a little bit, that's the wrong freaking. Okay, we're doing 2 loctite on it. And quarter 20 will be 6.3 foot-pounds. Hopefully there's enough room to put the pocket in between now. Hopefully it's kind of close. Lot to might want to use the 1/4 inch drive for that, convert it to inch pounds. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of these don't go that well easily. Okay, so 6.3 foot-pounds. Whoop. It is not much. It's roughly 72 inch-pounds. Kind of what brought up this whole experiment, because we use Loctite at work. But so 1/2-13 this time. Red. And now I take that back. That's not 1/2-13. That is 5/16. And keep my numbers straight. So we need 5/16, 18, 13. And then it'll be the blue. All right. These are all torqued up. And get you a little closer look at what we got going on here. Okay, here's our fixture. The 5/8, 1/2-13, red and green. Yeah, those are 1/2-13. These are the 3/8 red and green, the 5/16 red and blue, and then the 1/4 20 red and blue. We'll now let those sit for 24 hours, and then we'll see what kind of results we get after that with this stuff that is decades old. and we'll come back to that tomorrow. Alright, here we are, day 2. It's been approximately 24 hours, give or take. And we are going to start taking these apart, seeing how well this Loctite did. Just as a recap, we've using Loctite 271 red, 242 blue, and 640 green, 25, 30, 40 years old. Just see how much oomph it's got left in it after all these decades. I think maybe we start with the smallest ones, and on the TDSs, it does give a shelf life of basically 2 years, 24 months from the date of manufacture, unopened. Once it's opened, that changes. By how much, I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to set the torque wrenches at the torque that we use to tighten these, and see if the torque wrench clicks, or if, you know, theoretically it should just click, and if there was nothing on there, it may start to move it. But and then we're going to go up on the smaller ones, probably by about a pound each time, and just see where these things start breaking loose. So,
What is it, 12?
quarter 20 is 6.3. That was the real little one. And we'll start with the blue, which is the removable thread locker. You just had it on 6 yesterday. But and put the wrench on there just to make sure it's not going to spin the nut or something. And a little gently. And look at that. It just spun right off. It didn't even click on that one. I'd have to say that almost lubed it up rather than tightening it. Not good. Now we'll go to the quarter 20 red. Same torque. And we will gently pull on it. And again, it just spun right off.
Maybe a little bit more resistance, but not much.
And so then we move up to the 5/16, which was 13 foot-pounds. And there's 10, 11, 12, 13. And we'll start, oh yeah, change socket. We'll start with the blue again. And again, it broke loose with less than the amount of torque we used to put it on there.
That's not good.
No. And the red. Okay, that one, the torque wrench actually broke, but then the effort broke it loose. So it is tight right here.
Why don't you crank it up a little bit and see how much?
Well, I was waiting to see if it's going to move. You want me to hold it? Let's see if it is turning at less than, once it broke loose. So that one, it gave it a little extra, but not much. Next is the 5/16. No, that was the 5/16, 3/8. I'm getting my fractions confused, which was 23. Okay, and we'll go, this is the green 640. might be a little bit. No, that did nothing. And then the 3/8 red. Now, maybe this one will do something. No, that one broke loose. Did not click the torque wrench. It is tight. It's wanting to hold the nut there, but it's not locking it in. And really, with the red, you should be needing to apply some heat to it to get that to break loose. We'll adjust this so we can get a wrench on the other three here. And half 13, and that was at 55 foot-pounds. We'll start with the green again after we reset the torque wrench here. Did I say 55? Yeah. So let's just took my socket away from me. Okay. Half 13 green 640 loctite, originally torqued at 55 foot-pounds. Did not click the torque wrench. But we almost knocked all these bottles over, so we're going to move these for right now. We're on the bench here for the time being. Okay. Now we're going to go with the half 13 red. Again, 55 foot-pounds. And again, it breaks loose without clicking the torque wrench. It is very tight right here. It's wanting to hold it, but it still comes loose. And loosen this back up. It's good practice whenever you're done with your torque wrench. Loosen it all the way up. Don't leave any pressure on that in there. A lot of people don't do that. Alright. Now, this is the 5/8, 110 foot-pounds. So this was tight to begin with. Red Loctite. Hopefully this thing holds together and doesn't try and take me out. No. It is, again, it's tight on there. It did not click the torque wrench. It may do a little bit as far as holding it for vibration, but as far as it's basically none of these are doing anything. So what did we learn? If you got Loctite that's 20, 30, 40 years old, get rid of it because it's no good. But that's it. Just an interesting little experiment we wanted to try. Took us half a day to set up for it, but we learned Loctite does have an expiration date. What it is, don't know, but the shelf life is not 20 plus years, we'll say that. So, any last words?
If you have old Loctite, discard it before somebody uses it.
Don't want to put your faith in it. So, until next time, if you like what you're watching, give it a thumbs up. Click on the subscribe and ring the bell for notifications when we put out a new video, which hopefully will start being more often than what we've been doing. So, We'll see you later.